Hello, welcome. I'm at trailhead number 1 of the Lone Star hiking trail in the Sam Houston National Forest here in Texas, which is the longest wilderness trail in the state. This trail is only about 100 miles long, but I have been looking forward to coming out here and hiking on this trail for a really long time. I've been checking the weather. It's going to be absolutely perfect this weekend, and it's only about an hour and a half from my house. So I'm finally out here, got my backpack all loaded up, and I'm ready to go. Well, I had kind of thought, since it's winter and it's going to be cold in the mornings, that I would have this place to myself, but look around. I mean, the parking lot is packed full. If you look, there's cars lined all the way down the road there. And if I pan back around here, there's cars lined up the road here. So obviously a lot more people out here than I was expecting. Anyway, I'm about to get started. I'm underway. I have to be honest, I really wouldn't consider myself a backpacker. You know, I've done some backpacking trips, but they've always been kind of a means to an end. I've gone backpacking to go elk hunting or go fishing in the mountains or whatever. But I've never gone backpacking just to go backpacking. But the backpacking world, and I would throw kind of bushcraft in there as well, those worlds, they just fascinate me. I mean, the tools that they build and come up with, and the way they use their tools, and the way they cut weight, and there are just so many clever and ingenious ideas in that whole world. It's, like I said, it's just fascinating. So I always wanted to kind of just go backpacking just for the sake of backpacking. I wanted to try it, so I'm getting to try it. I also just love the idea of having everything I need to survive on my back. When I say everything, I mean I got tent, sleeping bag, food, stove, clothes, whatever I'm gonna need to survive. And when you talk about surviving out here for days at a time, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just something I think is really neat. I've gone about 2 miles. It's taken me about an hour, so I'm doing about 2 miles an hour. That's kind of what I expected. It just depends on how often I stop and take pictures and whatnot. But anyway, I'm gonna get a sip of water and we'll keep on going. So like I mentioned, this trail is only about 100 miles long, and that's from one end to the other. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm just doing an overnight trip. I got about maybe 8 miles today, and then I'll set up camp and stay the night, and then 6 or 7 more miles tomorrow, but it's a loop that goes back to my truck. Well, I was just touring along the trail and came around a corner, and boom, there was this big pond right here, right in the middle of the forest. Anyway, I don't need water, but if I did, this would obviously be a good source for it. So we're still within the national forest, but now we are entering Little Lake Creek Wilderness. So I don't know if it's a coincidence or if it's the fact that we are now in a wilderness area, but as you can see, it has gotten much denser in here. Well, I'm a little over 5 miles, but it's taken me about 3 hours to go those 5 miles. I've just been stopping and taking lots of video and lots of pictures. So I really want, it's a little after 4. I was hoping I could get to my destination, which is at mile 8 by 5. So I'm gonna have to put the GoPro on standby and hoof it this next hour or so to get there. But I'm gonna have a sandwich and an apple and some water, and then I'm gonna kick it into turbo so I can get to camp before it gets dark. Well, my jug is out of water. I have another jug with water in it, but I'm gonna need that for cooking tomorrow, or actually tonight and tomorrow morning. So I haven't seen a good spot where I could get any water for a while, so I'm gonna have to get some from here. It doesn't look all that appetizing, but the brown color is really from the tannin and all the pine needles. It's fairly clear. I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up. And then I use the SteriPen to disinfect it. So this stuff, it uses ultraviolet light to kill everything. Bacteria, viruses, protozoa, everything. And it's faster and easier than a filter. So this is what I use. Anyway, I'm gonna fill up with water here and then get back into turbo mode, trying to get to camp before dark. It's a little boggy in here, as you can see. So they built this really nice bridge to get through this section. It is almost dark, and I have finally reached the point that I wanted to reach tonight, but I thought there was a designated campsite here, and it does not look like there is. So I'm going to have to look around. There doesn't look like a whole lot of good spots. So I'm going to have to look around for a bit, find a good spot, and then I'll start getting camp set up. Okay, I'm going to pitch the tent right here. It's not perfect, but it's pretty flat and it's pretty clean. I got the creek right there. So if I need some water, I don't think I will, but if I need water, I can go down there and get it. And then right over there, I can start a little fire. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the tent set up and get a fire going, and then I'll get my stove out and start dinner. Well, I got a fire going. And I got a nice tree here next to the fire that I can lean up against. I'm gonna sit here and relax for a few minutes. And then I'm gonna cook some dinner. It's just boiling water and dumping it into a freeze-dried meal. All right, it's time to cook dinner. First I gotta pour 10 ounces of this water. Let me see here. Yep, that's about 10 into my pot. And then I got this little Coke can alcohol stove that I made. I'm going to give that a try. Fill that with denatured alcohol. Okay, that's probably plenty. Get my lighter out. There we go. I think it's lit. Yeah. Got to get the alcohol hot, and then it vaporizes and starts coming out the little flame holes there. Got to give it maybe 30 seconds or so. Like it's pretty well, yeah, doing what it's supposed to now. There we go. Okay. Put this lid on here. All right, the water is boiling. Yep, it's a roaring boil. So now it's time to open this up. Pull out the little silicone thingy and pour the hot water in there. Ooh, that steam is really hot. Okay, take my spoon. Stir that up real good. Put that right there for now, and then I seal this back up. Let that sit for about 5 minutes. Dinner is served. Let's see what this stuff tastes like. Not bad. The chicken kind of has a funny texture, but it doesn't taste bad. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here and eat. It's nice and hot, that's for sure. I'm gonna sit here and eat. I'm gonna sit by the fire and enjoy that for a while. And then, I have to be honest, I'm not in backpacking shape. So I got my tail whipped today, 8 miles carrying that pack. So I'm gonna hit the sack early and then get up tomorrow. Probably get an early start and head back to the truck. Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock. I got up pretty early this morning and put some water on the boil to make some oatmeal and broke down camp, and I'm getting an early start. Anyway, it got fairly chilly last night. It's still kind of chilly. But anyway, I think I have exactly, according to the maps, 6 miles to do today. Well, I mentioned that it was kind of chilly out here and I was doing okay, but my hands got really cold, so I'm gonna have to get the gloves out. Just listen for 10 seconds. Do you hear that? Absolutely nothing. Just the quiet. Well, I've got a little less than a mile left, so I thought while I'm reaching the end of the trail, I might share a few observations. The trails are really well maintained. Whoever's keeping it up, they're doing a fantastic job. I also noticed that the trail, for the most part, is just single track, so those that are using it have been good about not, expanding the trail. I saw very, very little trash, and maybe the most notable thing was how good the signage is. I'm gonna keep plugging away here and get back to the truck and then get on home.